Alright, so Scott, you do a lot of traveling all the time. Like, you literally just came back from Spain. You were in Taiwan, of course. You're forever in Japan. How did you get into that?
All right, so I will tell you this.
Step one, get a passport.
Yes. Quick long story short, in a past life, in another life, I was romantically involved with someone and I was married. And I was always waiting for my wife to do stuff, but she was in the medical field, couldn't kind of do a lot of things and our schedules didn't match up. Down the road, things didn't work out, had different visions. So I was going through a really bad time in my life, like super, super bad. And I didn't disclose that to a lot of people. I'm comfortable. I can talk about it now. Therapy's a real thing. People, you should definitely go do it if you have something going on. So, little PSA. Anyways.
Sponsored by BetterHelp.com. Check the link in the description. Right next to Kimmy's feet pics. Sorry.
Therapy for both, I see.
Oh my God.
So, but with all that, I was just like, I need to do something because I needed to escape. I needed to do something that I've been waiting for the longest time in my life. And one of the biggest things was going to Japan. So I was like, I saved up as much money as I could, took from my 401k because I'd rather pay myself back than pay loans to somebody else.
Facts.
Yeah. Plus, we're never going to be able to retire anyway.
Exactly. So I might as well live it as much as I can.
Period.
So I took that money and I was like, you know what? I'm going to make the most of this. I asked my friends that have gone to Japan several times. One of them, she's brilliant. She speaks like 4 languages down packed. And, she's been there so much. I set up an entire itinerary. I was there for 3 weeks all by myself. And I did everything I could possibly do because I'm like, if I can't do anything else in my life, if I can never come back here, I'm doing this one time. I'm not regretting it. I'm doing everything.
Okay.
Literally 4 hours of sleep a day. I was up at any moment that I can, doing everything. Stayed the entire plane ride all the way through. I was like, I'm going to Japan for the first time. So I had to do I
popped the NyQuil, boy. I was not awake during that.
I couldn't sleep. I was too excited. Too excited.
Yeah.
I had to get that done. I had to do it. So, that's what really started. From there, I was like, there's too much to do in life. There's so much more I want to see. So much more I want to do. I cannot let this be the last time. So I bust my hump and, I was just like, I want to travel. This is it. I feel so alive when I do that. And I met so many people.
Yeah.
So many lifelong Japanese friends that I have now because of that. I can pretty much go to like any region from like, Okinawa to could go to Yokohama, Osaka. I could go pretty much anywhere and just like hit up someone now and like still talk to
them. Be like, come through. Let's go.
Absolutely, man. Like, no, so it's...
How good are you at the language?
I am absolutely terrible at it.
Just Daijobun all the way to Japan. Just Daijobun all the way to Japan, bro. It's crazy, bro.
No doubt about
bio. Not a word.
No.
I went to college.
You know any other languages?
Entiendo un poco español.
Okay.
Pero no hablo español. Es muy malo.
Alright, so the Spanish is bad. I think I undersell like how impressive it is that y'all know 2 languages.
Yeah,
I feel like people don't.
You're like brilliantly smart. And
I know how great it is. It got me out of some parking tickets.
I
was at the court waiting to pay my tickets to do the thing, and the judge was like, "Who here speaks Spanish? I need a Spanish translator for these people who are also in trouble." And I was like, "I can do it." And then when it was finally my turn, after I helped out, the guy cleared out like 8 out of my 10 tickets. Don't ask me why I got 10 tickets. It's an exaggerated number, but it's cleared out. Yeah.
But it's funny that you say that because you know what? Talking about that was one thing I always dealt with my entire life. Especially growing up in the Bronx. You just automatically assume I'm Puerto Rican or something.
Bro, I had somebody walk to me on the train, like, just talking to me in Spanish. I'm like, listen, I'm not Dominican.
Yo.
Sorry, bro. I'm not Dominican.
But that came in real clutch in Dominican Republic. Like, I got the local price and not the European price.
There we go. So what are you?
So my mother is black and my father is white.
Oh, look at that.
Took a little bit of that. But then when I get a lot of sun, then you start to see like coming in.
Then he's just light skinned. After that.
So how did you get into working with Niantic? You do a lot of Pokemon events and stuff like that. Like, we see you guys. If you can check out Niantic Labs that works with Pokemon, they feature Scott on this page if you guys want to check them out. But how did you start that?
Yo, honestly, that was the wildest thing. Talk about random, right place, right time. I go to a lot of the live events, pretty much go to all the live events because like I know a lot of people there. And I just got to know a lot of the engineers and the people that work behind the scenes. But it was because when Niantic was still a part of Google, when they were still attached there, they had a lot of money to burn and spend until Google was like, yeah, you guys are good, go buy and spun out. I was playing Ingress. I was heavily into Ingress
that's
at the time.
That was,
So I went to all the anomalies and the live events, and because of that, I knew a lot of people from back then too. A lot of the actors and stuff for the story.
Okay.
But then when it came Pokemon, I was like, yo, that's it. I get to play Pokemon in real life. Absolutely, let's go. That's it. So turned off from Ingress, went headlong into that, and I just never looked back. But I liked meeting the crew.
Yeah.
You see the fixtures, you see things set up, but there's so many people behind the scenes doing everything, engineers helping out. I wanted to know these people, and I got to see them more than enough times. I did one interview in Germany and in Berlin, and it was with the crew that was going around filming and doing stuff like that. And they just called me up one day. They were like, listen, we've seen you at all the other events. Do you want to go? I'm like, wait.
Okay.
Like, feature me. They're like, yeah, we'll put you up. We know you're going to Osaka. We'll be out there with you in Osaka. And then, we're doing it back here in New York in your own backyard. I was like, I would love the opportunity. I was beside myself. I was like stoked.
Yeah.
And I saw going on Twitter on the official page. I was like, yo, this is fire.
So throughout the experience, has there been anything that you've kind of learned that you just wasn't expecting, I guess? You don't got to get too much into, I guess, how the pasta is made, because I don't know if not copyright, but, things you have to, keep
NDA and things. Things that can be said is just, keep on a service just so there's so much that goes on behind the scenes. And my biggest thing is this, listen, have comments, be critical, say the things that you want to say, let your voice be heard, but understand there's still a lot of, there's people behind the machine.
Yeah.
Those people have feelings.
Yeah, people forget that.
Those people have feelings. They're humans. And when I tell you, because there's certain things I can say, but what I can say is there's a very small select number of people that are keeping the entire economy together across all platforms.
Yeah.
And my God, they appreciate you so much when you can just say, hey, I know you're trying hard. Here's just some feedback, but thank you for doing the things you do. I can't tell you how much more that goes a long way.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That's dope. So, so I guess since we're talking about Niantic, I feel like we've all experienced it, but Pokemon GO, right? I mean, that was a time, that summer was...
That was world peace.
The closest thing, I think. The closest thing to world peace I think we've ever had. I've never just spoken to so much people for no reason in the streets of New York. Cons don't count. You know what I mean? That's you there for a reason. The fact that I walked into I was in Washington Heights talking to random people in Washington Heights. I'm from fucking Brooklyn. I got no reason to be talking. I'm a no Sabo kid. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. These motherfuckers is over here talking about, we about to go to Fort Tryon or whatever and do our thing. So for all of you guys, what is, I guess, some of your best Pokemon GO memories? Or I guess where were you when the apocalypse of joy happened?
You can't call it an apocalypse of joy. That's an oxymoron.
I'm trying to be cute about it.
No. It's like the end of the world happiness.
I mean, it was almost, people were dying out there.
They were.
So it's
people got shot. People got robbed.
Yeah, people were finding dead bodies. If anything, I had the right term. It wasn't apocalypse of joy.
No, it was a
people was like, yo, look at that dead body I found.
That's crazy. Oh my god. Danny, where were you when Pokemon GO happened?
Pokemon GO came out, I was in the bathroom trying to make sure that shit downloaded because the server was crazy. It was 9 p.m. at night. The game finally came out. I think it came out for Android first. My friend had an Android, and I was yelling at him. I was cursing him out how dare you? Because we were waiting for this shit.
How dare you?
So how dare you have a worse phone than me?
Finally, it came out on Apple. I'm downloading it, and I think by the time it downloaded, it was 10:30 p.m. because again the servers were loaded with everyone trying to download it, and we were out on the streets of the suburbs. It was
the streets of the suburbs.
Things were mad quiet. This is in the beginning where no one was out there. No one was out there, so we were just by ourselves with flashlights, just making sure that we didn't trip over anything because it was dark. This is the suburbs. There's not a lot of lights out
the
there.
first night.
And that's where I was when it came out. And then after that, I was taking trips into New York because that's where you could get
all the spawns.
That's what the Snorlaxes was.
And then the scariest thing for me, I never found a dead body, but it was the Stampede.
Oh yeah, I heard about those.
Victoria in the park.
Central Park? Oh my god. Every corner of Central Park was just loaded with people giving out portable chargers, wires.
Really?
It was business.
Oh my god.
That was crazy, Tom. What about you?
So I was actually in Westchester when it first came out. I came back from work and I was like, no, I'm doing this. And I already had the APK mirror ready to go. Log in, get everything in. Oh, I got to have it on my Gmail. I got to have it in my PTC account. Everything up. let's go. So I did that, and I was like, okay, nothing around here. I gotta go downtown. So I went downtown. I was just going nuts.
And everyone was just going crazy out there?
Hell yeah, I was.
What about you, Corey?
So this is when I was still living in the Heights. So it came out then. I remember just walking, because it's mad hills up there, basically being in the fucking Bronx. So like I was getting my steps in, going all over. But like I was working at Comcast at the time, so I was in the city basically every day. So a lot of I just like during lunch and like after work, I was able to just like walk around and just go like walk into Central Park. I ran into Logan Paul in Central Park once.
Really?
Like, I mean, not that I really condone him as a human being, but like I ran into him there. Like I have a selfie with the dude before he became mad problematic. This is what 2016, so he wasn't a crazy YouTuber. Vine was like on the decline a little bit.
He was going that way.
He was close, but this is just like chasing the Charizard. Like people just running through the park, just trying like it was a crazy time, especially like by Fifth Avenue, like right by that entrance to Central Park.
Yeah,
like that. It was crazy times. What about you?
I think I have the most fun place that I was. So I was literally studying abroad in Italy when Pokemon GO came out. So. And
you were in college?
Yeah, when we were in college. But on top of that,
I was like, wait, you were a student?
Yeah.
God, I was adulting paying bills already. I needed this.
Adult playing bills and playing Pokemon GO.
Damn straight. I don't regret it.
So I'm studying abroad, and on top of that, I lucked out because since I was studying abroad, I didn't use my actual phone. I like got an Android phone to take nice pictures with, and so I could play Pokemon GO first. Right. So me and my friends, we used it as an excuse to explore the town we were in. This tiny town called Pisciota in like the southern part of Italy. Wow. Yeah. So it was really cool. So we were getting our motherfucking steps in, going up all these hills, down, because we were living on a mountain. So literally going, exploring all these places to try to find, and then on our day trips, we would go and we'd be visiting all the, the freaking Colosseum and all these things happening, and oh, there's a Ditto over here. Like, oh my God, wait, look, there's a Dotrio. But like,
Ditto.
All this stuff.
At the beginning?
Yeah, no.
Well, sorry, not a Ditto.
Sorry, we didn't mean to call you out.
Sorry, I spit out the first Pokemon.
You posted against an Impact.
I know.
Ditto, that wasn't even out yet.
Sorry. Dotrio. Okay. Either way, but yeah, it was really, I don't know, it was cool. It was a good time.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, bro. The spoofing thing was, I was a spoofer. I was spoofing a little bit.
A lot of people there.
I was in Japan, but I was in Brooklyn.
No, I didn't do that. The closest I did to that was we'd find websites online where like they would tell you what Pokemon would spawn where.
Oh yeah, I remember that too.
Those got taken down.
Yeah.
Maps are still there.
Yikes.
Maps are still there, man.
I believe it.
It's crazy. So